Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's cryptocurrencies update for Wednesday, December the 11th, 2024. Looks like things have bottomed, especially Solana looks very good, Ethereum as well, and Bitcoin is still a little bit stuck between a rock and a hard place. Remember, in our previous update, we wondered if we had a ABC on our hands for a larger fourth wave or this ending diagonal due to the overlapping nature of the price action. Today's candle starts to suggest more and more that Bitcoin's ending diagonal is underway. So this is a triangular form and we'll show it to you in a moment. And of course, we would like to know this beforehand, right? But that's impossible. We cannot know everything beforehand. We'll simply go by price levels. But before I get there, I'm just going to plug in our hedge fund. This is a crypto hedge fund. It's quite actually unique in the world. And this is our performance since inception. It includes organic and inorganic growth compared to Bitcoin. You can join our fund. Please contact me via email at info@intelligentinvesting.market if you would like to join. We do the trading for you for, of course, a commission that is based on several parameters, what type of investor you are and will be classified at. But you can see our total growth is now almost 350% if I include the current month, because this is only through November of this year, because the December month is not finalized yet. Meanwhile, Bitcoin has actually added about 140 to 150% since. So you can really see we're outperforming. And for you, this is a very easy way to be exposed to Bitcoin. We do the trading for you. You do one thing, nothing. Just fund our fund, and that's all there is to it. The fund is entirely 100% secure. It is managed by NAV, which is the largest administrator for all crypto hedge funds in the world. Your money is secure. I want to show you this because it's a win-win, and I want win-win situations. So you win, we win, you win. That's how it works. Of course, the returns will never be as good as if you would trade aggressively yourself. Since we are dealing with other people's money, we cannot be extremely aggressive. But as you can see, the growth is phenomenal. It is steady eddy returns. No boom, no bust, just consistency. And I really want to point it out there because I want everybody to make money. And this is an easy way. We do as the experts. My business partner, Ross Chow, and I will do it for you. And you can collect the rewards. Very simple. So we're still wondering, are we wrapping up a smaller fourth wave and now in this fifth wave, or are we already going to plunge lower? We believe we are in this smaller fifth wave. Again, we can never be 100% correct because we do not know everything beforehand. That's really why. So at some point, there will be a few alert wave possibilities out there, and then one will be proven correct. That is just the nature of it. And currently, we're in very extended third waves, which is typical for cryptos. Again, besides the fact that we are rallying higher and we still see a lot of more upside over the next couple of days, weeks, and months, there will be severe corrections along the way. The larger fourth wave is looming, which can be an easy 50% correction. So make sure you always have your stops in place. This is our nomenclature and many ways for you to try our service to your advantage. We have many services, all right? So last but not least, of course, the charts. So let's start with Binance Coin. Binance Coin is this overlapping ending diagonal. Unfortunately, that's the nature of it. So this is not something you are going to trade very easily due to this overlapping nature of the advance. This is something, please hold it until your nose bleeds, okay? Or pretend that your nose is not bleeding, whatever you want to do. So we're either completing this wave 3, and we're now in this wave 4, and then wave 5, or this wave 3 is subdividing. This is the unfortunate nature of a expanding ending diagonal overlapping hard to exactly forecast because it is overlapping. So you can see here, this would then be A, which was done earlier this month. Today could have been B and now in C. So this is a very complex A wave, as you can see. It's all overlapping. What we do know, we have 1, we have 2, and we should still see a 4 and a 5. Regardless if we're even going to drop back to about 620, we'll still see a wave 5 to about 850. Otherwise, we're going to go straight to 850 for wave 3. We'll plunge back to probably about the mid to high 600s for 4, and then a wave 5 potentially as high as to the thousands. Okay, I cannot unfortunately delineate between these two due to the unfortunate overlapping nature of this price advance, but bigger picture, we're still looking for higher prices. Okay, so I think this is a do not try to short-term trade this cryptocurrency. It's not anymore. Okay, this is so unpredictable. We'll have to go day by day and by feel, but we keep an eye on the price, which is this red wave 5. I think that's really the way to go for this. Okay, so please be aware of the environment things are in, that if you are in these diagonal structures, the forecasting power becomes not as great till a lot of price action has filled itself in. So we go by these warning levels. Bigger picture wise, as long as we stay pretty much above 480, all things are good, because this fourth wave here cannot go below the end of this wave 2. First warning is pretty much at today's low. The second warning is at the November low. The third warning is somewhere, I would say, at around the October low, and then the final one September. So each month has lower lows. So August, September, October, November, December. So we're still staircasing higher, and each month has pretty much also higher highs. So the sequence is higher prices. Keep an eye on the price for the intermediate to bigger picture. That is my advice on this one. Short term, this is very complicated. Bitcoin, and here we have the potential ending diagonal as well. So this is, of course, a expanding. You can see it widens. And this is a contracting ending diagonal, where we then have wave 1 and wave 2. Okay, ABC for wave 1, ABC for wave 3. If we go, of course, above the recent 104,000 high, wave 3 is confirmed to about, I would say, 108,000 ideally, 123.6 to 138.2%. Then a wave 4 back to about current levels ideally, and then a wave 5 into this 113 to 116,000. So you can see the wave 5 or 3 overlaps really well with the fourth 400% extension and this 400% extension. Okay, so this seems to be a magnet right now. And this is, of course, contingent on holding above last week's low at about, I would say, 91,500, the wave 2. Potential wave 2, right? Still not confirmed. If we go above last Thursday's, I believe it was, this 104,000 high, it's confirmed. Okay, that would otherwise mean that we have completed the wave 5 and we're now in some sort of complex, ugly fourth wave that is going to be very hard to forecast. Could be sideways for all I care, just as we had for the last 6 months there into the August low, sideways to down. So this is the alternative now. And these are the warning levels for the bears. And you can see we're right at the third warning level, which is this potential B wave high. I'm calling out the fact that these are all potentials because we have yet to see any confirmation of either wave count, and this can just suck around for a while till we get confirmation. The bias remains up clearly because we're back above the 10, the 20, the rising 50, 200-day above the Ichimoku cloud. So even if we get the C wave for this fourth wave, we still get a wave 5 to that 112, 116,000, which is quite in line with, of course, this one. Okay, so we're still looking higher, ultimately still looking higher. Here we have a 3, 4, 5 to complete the larger third wave. Here we have already a 4 and then a 5 to complete the larger. So, okay, that's the difference. We're still looking for much higher prices over the days, weeks, and months ahead. Question is, wave 4 underway, some sort of flubber fourth, or are we going to see this expanding ending diagonal? I prefer the expanding ending diagonal for now. Okay, I might flip-flop in my preference, but preference is not what we trade. We trade price levels. Okay, just because we see some price action that starts to suggest one way, the next day it can be completely overthrown. That is similar to what we see with BNB. All right, BNB is all this overlap. Stick with the bigger picture. That is my advice. Similarly for BITO, BITO could have done 5 waves lower. For this wave 4, this would then be a irregular running flat. As you can see here for IBIT, for example, we did not stall in this 55 target zone. We gapped above it, and it really looks like this wants to move higher. And this is then what we call a irregular running flat, meaning wave C of 4 did not go below the end of wave A, and wave B was longer than wave A and longer than wave C. So this is a irregular running flat wave 4. And it shows you that the correction is even going into the direction of the larger trend up. Okay, so the warning levels for the bears on the chart, anytime we go above 59, things are going to look for this low 60s to high 60s level for the wave 5 of 3. So this is our preference. And the warning levels for the bears are on the chart for IBIT, and for BITO, we have the warning levels for the bulls. Okay, and the first warning level is pretty much now at 25.65. The second one is about 24.7, etc. So you can see those warning levels. We need to break, of course, below the November low here, the A wave low, to suggest this gray wave 4 is turning into something horribly else that I cannot foresee. But for now, then we have completed this blue wave 4 at pretty much yesterday's high, and then the blue wave 5 at yesterday's low. So then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now up for wave 5 of 3, pullback, etc. So that's the next preferred path, and that already, of course, aligns then with, of course, the expanding ending diagonal. No, yeah, it is the contracting ending diagonal for wave 5 of 3 for Bitcoin. So BITO covered, IBIT has been covered. Strong candle today. Warning levels for both the bears and the bulls are on the map. I must say that, of course, higher prices are preferred, and that a flubber fourth wave is possibly there, but even a fourth wave will result into a fifth wave, and then we'll get probably again a multi-month pullback, which is going to be quite severe. Could actually also be a little briefer. Then you get a correction in price rather in time. This year we saw a correction in time rather in price, right? It started in March and ended in August without too much damage, mostly sideways. And this red wave 4 could be more in price. Wouldn't surprise me. Ethereum, and so far it bottomed right in the ideal wave 4 target zone. Strong reactive candle today from that low or that target zone. We're back above it, back above the downtrend line that we broke below yesterday and the day before. And now we need to reclaim 4100 to target into the mid to high 4000s. Yes, we're already there. New all-time highs. Not too bad, I must admit. All right, so that looks good as well. And these are the warning levels for the bears. And of course, for the bulls, as long as we hold yesterday's low, we can move higher. Very simple. That brings us to ETHE. Also, this one suggests the green wave 4 has already completed. Okay, so we have the warning levels, of course, for the bulls here on the map. And we can actually raise those to accommodate the current wave count. The final low is, of course, the final warning level. Then we're going to go here. Let's see, where is the gray warning level? We're going to make it there, and then we're going to keep the blue one right there. So these are the warning levels for the bulls. Okay, so about 3175, 3120, 3060, and of course the ultimate 2948. So question mark 4 remains there. Still looks like a strong candle. Looks also like a nice, see this arrow here and this arrow here, where we have a almost good 4:2 relationship, and that's quite common for a fourth wave and a second wave, that they're equal in length. Doesn't have to be that way, right? It's just a rule of thumb. If correct, and if we break, of course, above the previous high, then wave 5 into the high 30s, low 40s is underway. Solana, we already said yesterday, has most likely bottomed for this C of 4 in this horrific double zigzag. Again, this is why we have those warning levels. Remember, we said, well, potentially we have completed wave 4 already at the early December low, but the market decided to squeeze in another ABC. It always is possible. So this is a clear double zigzag, in my humble opinion. I cannot see this as a impulse to the downside. This looks really corrective, and I think we're on our way to this 280, 285 level, make it 290 plus or minus 5, somewhere around there. Strongly oversold, just as we've been in all previous lows, all right, since the August low. Those are good buying opportunities, very oversold. So I like it. As long as we stay above yesterday's low, we're going to move to 290 plus minus 5. There you have it. How about Riot? Well, Riot can still do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with an ideal low at around this 10 plus or minus 50 cents. So then yesterday's low was 3, today's high was 4, right at the upper end. But if we break above today's high, it really increases the odds that we have already completed wave C of 2 in a little bit more contracted way. Okay, so please be aware that we could have completed this. If not, then we're going to go to the low 10s, in my humble opinion, before all is said and done. And from there, we can then target anywhere between, I would say, 20 to 25, depending on exactly where we bottom and what kind of extension we'll see. So that's really where we are at currently. Okay, BNB, eye on the big picture price. Okay, short term, this is going to be nauseatingly difficult to track and trade. So this is a potential for the red wave 4, still red wave 5 to come. As long as we pretty much stay above the September low, we're good. Okay. Alternatively, we're going to get a extended third wave, then a fourth, then a 5. Again, bigger picture wise, that's, I think, the name of the game for this one. Bitcoin, we'd like to see this contracting ending diagonal. It will be confirmed on a break above 104. So as long as we hold above 91,585, we're good for this. Okay, with a severe warning, of course, below yesterday's low, which is at about 94,000, I believe. Let's have a look. So if we go below yesterday's low, which is at 94,284, that increases the odds that no, we are not going to that 113, 116,000. Instead, we are going to revisit the 90s to 89,000s. I've seen a lot of bears out there, so it doesn't surprise me we're going to move higher. And we have covered both wave counts, so I don't think we have misled you in any way. And now we just have to let the market decide. And remember, in these diagonals, it's all ABCs, so we cannot initially distinguish it between corrective price action and that of a ending diagonal. That's unfortunate nature, but this way we have a very good grip on where things can head. You can say, oh, it can go lower, higher. Yes, because we still have no full confirmation on what exactly the market is willing to do here going forward. Over 104, this is confirmed. As long as we hold yesterday's low, I'm pretty certain that this is going to happen. If we go below yesterday's low, I'm pretty certain that this is going to happen. So BITO might have done a running irregular flat, or irregular running flat, and on its way to that 28, potentially low 30s. Same for IBIT. It just did not fill in an ideal Fibonacci-based impulse pattern. Then instead, the red wave 3 was on Monday, and yesterday was then 4 and 5, and we're now on our way for this 5 of 3, pullback 4, rally 5, larger 3, larger 4, larger 5, and that will then conclude the bull market. So that's going to be another couple of months out. Ethereum, similarly, most likely bottomed as long as we hold yesterday's low. Again, can always become more complex, just as we saw here for Solana. Okay, so hold your horses. We're not there just yet. We need, of course, to break above 4,100 to be fully certain, but this looks as good as it gets. And even, no, I'm not going to go there yet. And similarly for ETHE, as long as we hold above yesterday's low, we can look forward to the high 30s. Solana double zigzag looks most likely with either a ABC or a ABC for a larger flat. Whatever it is, this looks corrective. Riot above today's high increases the odds. The low for this wave 2 is already in place. If we drop below yesterday's low, we're going to the low 10s to complete wave 5 of C of 2 in a more pronounced way. Then we have 1, 2, as you can see, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if I would zoom in a little bit, I'm going to do a year-to-date chart. I think that's going to be giving a little bit better resolution there. Okay, you can see it there. Then you have the 1, this is the 2. So this is then the B wave high. Okay, this is 1, and this is 2, and then 3, and then here 4 right at the upper end, and then a wave 5. Okay, and then of course from there we can then expect the 3C. Okay, so to be determined would be picture perfect if that is the case, if meaning this gray wave 5. So again, odds start to favor a lot more upside. That's all I have for today. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you understand exactly where we are. If not, please contact me. I am here to help. And with that, I wish you a great rest of your day.